do it. I need to keep the mindset that I don't need so many things in my beauty space. I think it's kind of obvious why I'm comparing them. They're rather bold-ish shades. It just looks like it's clumped together. Definitely does not invoke any makeup boners when you're looking at it. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing another Would You Rather, but this is a serious version because this is a declutter version. I have a couple of things in my beauty space that I've realized are somewhat similar, maybe even dupes for each other, and I was trying to decide, do I need all of this? Do I need both sets of this type of makeup? So today is going to get really real. Most of my Would You Rather series are just hypotheticals. They're just kind of what I'm reaching for in the moment, but nothing's getting decluttered. In this version, I'm actually going to be decluttering 3 different pieces of makeup. I have 6 products in front of me, and there are very similar items in my beauty space, and I've told you guys I don't like duplicates. I'm trying to keep my ish organized in here. So this is the real deal. Let's dive in. If you are new to my channel, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I do every single week. Some of these items in my beauty space are new. Some of these I've had for a while, so it's gonna get complicated, but I need to do it. I need to keep the mindset that I don't need so many things in my beauty space. I don't need duplicates. I don't need similar items that I don't reach for. You know what I mean. The first 2 items I'm gonna be talking about are something that we're finally getting into the season for now, and it's kind of that glittery eye look. Last year, I bought a Revlon Photo Ready eye art, and one side of this is more of a metallic shade, and the other side over here is more the sparkles and where you can get kind of artsy with it. This is the shade Burnished Bling, so it's kind of got this metallic side and the sparkle side. This isn't a total like dupe or anything like that, but it's pretty similar to what I'm going to be comparing it to. This is the Urban Decay Heavy Metals Glitter in the shade Midnight Cowboy, and I got this more recently, so I'm going to be comparing this little baby to the drugstore version and seeing which one I want to keep. Now this is newer, this is older. I don't reach for this a ton, so I was kind of like, I don't need 2 glitters in my space that I'm not really using. So let's see which one is staying. I'm really liking how the Urban Decay is applying to my hand, and I also liked how it applied to my eyes as well. Under eyes, inner corners, all that stuff. The Revlon also has a much bigger applicator, so it's easier to either get product on or mess up. I remember when I was trying to use this last year, I would mess up a ton. So the Urban Decay is meant to be more of a glitter eyeliner, where the Revlon Photo Ready is just kind of more anything you want. Full eyes, under eyes, wherever you want to go with it. But you can also do that with Urban Decay as well. Having swatched all 3 of these on my hand, I really think they all look really pretty, and that's why this is hard, and this is why they're still in my collection, even though they're kind of dupes, but I still don't really reach for them, and that's what I need to keep in mind. I don't really reach for some of this. Ooh. Well, this may have just made the decision for me. For those of you that actually really delve into your makeup, you may see a little expiration date on the back of your makeup, and it doesn't say like food. It doesn't say EXP with the date. It has a little container that tells you how many months it is good for. This was only good for 6 months, and I'm pretty sure this is coming up on the year mark. I got this last year. So this just made it a lot easier for me actually, because this is only 6 months. Not only is this expired pretty much, so I'm definitely going to be decluttering this, but also when I was trying to apply these shades, the doe foot applicator is huge on these. I would keep messing up my eye looks trying to get in here with this, and I just stopped reaching for it after a couple of weeks of trying it, because even on the glitter side, it's such a thick brush on this side. I couldn't really make a look with it. And what I do like about the Urban Decay liner is that the brush is so much thinner. It's so much easier to use, and you can coat it up. You can either do a thin line, a thick line, you could keep building it. I really like that about this. Would I rather? I'm going to rather the Urban Decay, and I'm going to declutter the Revlon. So now we're going to be going through some blushes. I try to keep all categories of my makeup at least somewhat condensed to things I actually love to reach for, and blushes are kind of hit or miss for me, and I have some that I'm really loving right now. So I'm going to talk about two blushes. One is newer and one I've had for a while. The first blush I'm going to be talking about is Eeekkkkk. I got this in a Boxycharm eons ago, and it is in the shade XOXO, and this is definitely more of a pinky blush with kind of like a coral tint to it. I'm doing a would you rather with Be Pretty Vulgar. This is a shade Prim Vixen that a lot of you were surprised that I said wasn't terrible and that I could actually make it work when I got it in my Boxycharm. So these are two Boxycharm blushes. Whew. I think it's kind of obvious why I'm comparing them. They're rather bold-ish shades. And in the Nichole collection, you guys know I don't have a ton of blushes, but the ones I do have, I like to reach for. So these to me are similar enough that I'm like, okay, I want to pick one or the other so that way I have room in my beauty space for something I'll use more. But as you can see with these swatches, why I'm comparing them, they're pretty similar, at least right now in my viewfinder and on person, they look kind of similar. Okay, so the XOXO definitely has more of that corally tone to it, whereas the Pretty Vulgar shade is more that Barbie pink shade that swatching can be a little intense, and the pan looks intense, you have to take out a really light hand with it, yada yada yada. I'm actually noticing as I'm looking at the swatches on my hand here, the one from Eeekkkkk is actually really smooth, not patchy at all, and was really easy even to swatch on, whereas the Pretty Vulgar is kind of dusty and patchy. It kind of is. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but that's fascinating to me. I'm really thinking in my gut of guts, which one in my gut of guts? Yeah, I just really feel like out of these two, the shade and the consistency that I'm going to like better is the Eeekkkkk. Now, I've had this for a really long time, but I'm not seeing an expiration date on it. I think it's still okay. Whereas this one is not bad. Like I said, I could make it work. I just have other things that I'm gravitating towards, and these two are so similar that I just kind of need to pick one. So I'm gonna rather the Eeekkkkk, and I'm gonna hang on to this. I also like this packaging much better. It's magnetic, as you just heard, and it's got a good consistency to it. Now the pan did fall out, but all I need to do is either glue that back in or put a magnet in there and magnetize it back in. It's got a little mirror on it. I like this better. The packaging on this is pretty crappy. It looks pretty from a distance, and photographs, I'm sure it looked lovely when they were sending out PR pictures of it, but it is really cheap plastic. I think if I did one major drop with this, it would break, and I'm very clumsy. And the Barbie pink isn't bad, it's just not my favorite. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna pass this on to someone else and declutter it, and I'm definitely gonna be keeping the Eeekkkkk. And the last category, there's only two more items to go through, and they are going to be powder highlighters. If you have been an OG of my channel or watched some of my older videos, you guys know when we got some powder highlighters, I had strong feelings about them. One of them here is the Artist Couture highlighter, and this is in the shade Illuminati. And over here I have the Cougar highlighter, and this is more of a gold shade. This is Diamond Kiss. Now I'm gonna swatch these, okay, and I did a Would You Rather against these two back in the day when I first started my Would You Rather series, and I was kind of like, why does this look like Pebbly Rocks here in Cougar? And it does. Like, as it's like aged, it wasn't even aged long then. It just looks like it's clumped together. Definitely does not invoke any makeup boners when you're looking at it. But the gold highlighters have become such a thing that I was like, all right, now let's do the Declutter series and see if I need to keep this or get rid of this. I don't like sifters, I don't like loose powders. This is the Cougar shade. Oh wow, looks more yellow in person. Whoa, it's actually looking more powdery than highlightery. Highlightery is a new word. I know some of you guys had told me you really loved this highlighter, and that's why I kept keeping it, so I could keep trying it, because I'm like, if you guys love it, I mean, there's got to be some great aspects to it. Now I'm going to be swatching the Artist Couture, and for me this is more like pixie dust. It has more of a pink undertone to it, and it definitely has more of that sparkle look to it. It's got more of a champagne glow though than gold. Dusty, powdery. Whew. I'm just not good with powders like this. Ooh, this one also has a gold champagne feel to it. This has more of a gold champagne feel to it than just gold. I don't know if you can see this on camera or not. It's kind of hard to tell. But in person, there is more glitter flecks in the Illuminati from Artist Couture. Whereas I can tell you now, okay, this is new to me. So as I'm looking at the Cougar, I'm seeing more of like, ooh, I don't know if this is aged well. Is this expired? Actually, I need to see that. Because this is not swatching well, and it's kind of like getting into the lines on my hands and staying there. It's kind of weird, and it looks more like a powder than a highlight. It may not have aged well. Let me just look and see. 30 months. Okay, so this is actually supposed to be good for 30 months, so it is not expired, but oh, I don't think it even looks like a highlighter. This is the Cougar, and I don't even think it looks like a highlighter. This is the Artist Couture. That looks like a highlighter with some glitter to it. You know, different strokes, different folks. You may not like that. But this is just not looking good. Yeah, it's definitely settling into the lines on my hands, and it has like a cast to it. It's not doing well. Yeah, oh, that just made it real easy. I thought this would have been expired if it's looking like that. Does it smell? I don't even want to smell it, but now I'm curious. Ooh. I mean, I can't tell you, I always smell powder, so I can't tell you exactly what it would have smelled like before, but it doesn't smell great. I think it's turned. Definitely going to declutter this, and I will hang on to the Artist Couture, because I know some of you even said you really love this one as well, and I think this looks good for eyes. I've used this on the eyes, and sometimes back last summer on the shoulders, so I'm going to hang on to this, but I definitely need to declutter this Cougar, because I don't even think this is a highlighter. This just looks like a banana powder right now on my hand. Weird, super weird. Tell me guys, do you ever do that? Do you ever kind of go through your makeup collection and be like, okay, these pieces are kind of similar. Which one should I keep and which one should I get rid of? I really find that kind of fascinating. So tell me if you've done that or if you do this. This was a more intense would you rather, because literally it was life or death for some of these products. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you are new to my channel, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every single week. Bye friends!